Yeah.
Okay. I'm a CEO and my name is Paula Kaish. My life is divided into two. There's the work and there's business, and then there's saving the country.
So when did you started this?
Demonstrating?
Yeah, demonstrating.
Me
about.
personally, I started demonstrating already in 2011, and then later on in 2015 and 16, and then when before the big demonstrations started 2020. 5 years straight through almost. And all of it is for the same main idea. The idea is getting this horrid prime minister out of our lives, because his only thought is himself, his family, money and power. And it's definitely not democracy, definitely not having equality between people. It's ruining our country from all aspects, whether it's social, health, education. It's falling apart. Israel's a very complicated country. It's very hard to explain it in a very short time, because first of all, you have the issue of the Israelis and the borders and the different countries. You have the Israeli Jews and the Palestinians living within Israel. And then you have the issues of us amongst ourselves, the Israelis, whom are divided. And we can do very, very many small divisions, but we can also do a division between the right and the left, or the ultra-religious and the secular. So the divisions vary, okay, between different things. And in the past few years, it's specifically in the past 2 years, and stronger in the past year, the division is more clear. It's between democracy and autocracy and dictatorship. It's between having a reform and destroying our judicial system and having a judicial system. It's the ultra-religious who don't go into the army, don't serve the country, and our children, including my son, who go to war and die at war. And then separate from all this, we had the horrendous Hamas attack, which was on the 7th of October, which in our point of view, the logical people amongst the people see it from two directions. First of all, it's the Hamas, who are also against their own people, against their own Palestinian people. And then you have our government, specifically Bibi Netanyahu, who's been supporting Hamas for the last 9 years, okay? He basically gave them money, kept them in power, and they, with that money, instead of giving it to the people, they prepared this atrocity. Okay, once this happened, I don't know if I'm being clear, but on the 7th of October, when 250 people were taken hostage, instead of saying, okay, we lost, something happened, something fell apart amongst the government, amongst the army, amongst intelligence, stopping, thinking, collecting ourselves and saying, what are we going to do? They went out to war and added on over 855 soldiers that died for nothing, because all we wanted was to bring our hostages back and regroup ourselves to build the country back into each other, because we can't destroy the Hamas. We have to be realistic. And this crazy president of the United States, who on one hand supposedly is out to help the hostages, is thinking of moving 2.3 or 2.8 or 3 million people, which is against any international law. It's against being anything humanitarian, and it almost sounds like what the Americans did way back when, over 200 years ago, with the Indians. Just take the people, put them in concentrations, and kill them. And we are here, gathered today, already 3 months, every Saturday, bringing back the cry for democracy, because we cry throughout the whole week in order to bring back the hostages. Without peace, without stopping the war, the hostages will not come back. Without stopping the war, without saying we need a democratic country, changing the government, considering the future of our kids, education, law, health, then we're fighting for nothing. And we don't want to give up, because I have grandchildren and I have children in the army. There are people here who lost their children, and we don't want any more war. That's it. No more war. And a lot of the people say, let's talk peace. I'm going to stop for a second and explain. A lot of people here in Israel, amongst ourselves, who are we going to do peace with? First, number one, you do peace with your enemies. You don't do peace with your friends. First of all, cry out, we want peace. Then we work out the details. cry out. We don't want to occupy any more land. We don't want to occupy. We want to live quiet and grow. So when we talk about peace, it's not that we're all idealistic and utopian and we don't live with our feet on the ground. We want to think differently, that there's an option not to go to war. And that's what it is.